Three, two, one. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. It is Story Time Live. Pouring a little glass of wine. Hope you guys have a good beverage for tonight. We got a couple good comics that's filling the Halloween season quite nicely. 30 Days of Night, a book I never read, a movie I never saw. When I saw the book and started looking through it, I was like, oh, this does not look good at all. But it's been entertaining to me. I'm looking forward to tonight's issue number 2 out of 3. And we're drawing to a close The Long Halloween. One of the, I would say it's one of the all-time classic Batman books. Certainly like in the top 10 of all-time like classic Batman stories, arcs. Whether or not you think it's that good, you would have to certainly, say that there's a good argument that it's that popular. I hope everyone's doing good. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. Oh, there's my alarm going off, telling me it's time to stop keeping you guys waiting. We got Eric Breen first. Can you believe that? I swear, I think the apocalypse is coming. Eric Breen is first. Holy shit. Anyways, no, good to see Eric. He says, does he win something? No, there's no prizes. Just your own self-satisfaction, your bragging rights, and just getting to know that you're number one. Melissa's also in the house. She's number 2. Melissa, of all the people to lose to, you lost to Eric. That's pretty terrible. Marania's here. Good to see you, Marania. Dragon Ball. He says he's the first non-moderator. Apparently his eyes aren't working very good. Dragon Ball says he's Dragon Blood Bud on the PS4. Tells everyone. I am Ash1138 on pretty much everything. Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Twitter. Ash1138. Except for the Epic Game Store. Because for whatever reason, my name is taken on that. Oh my god. I created that name so no one would take it. Tasty. Let's see. Looks like we got a small chat tonight. We got Batman versus 1. Apparently he said something that Marania disapproved of. I don't see it. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. I can click on it and see. Batman says, no one likes you. Ha 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 ha. Oh, okay. Apparently you like me enough to come here and tell me. But, thanks, I guess. I'm not sure why that makes you excited to come and tell me. I'm like a nobody on YouTube. I got like a handful of people in a live stream. We're talking about comics. There's lots of other people to troll. But if, hey, you want to troll me, you go right ahead. Oh, but you're on timeout because I'm on your timed out. Dragon Ball says, I did a Goro comic video because no one else did. Well, there you go. That's kind of what you got to do sometimes. People don't want to cover the stuff you want to cover. You go and cover it. I'm really tired today. What do you guys... Man, I stayed up really late last night. I read that... oh my god, that shitty Batgirl comic. Batgirl number 50. Oh my god. So these Yahoos, RDV, who couldn't even be bothered to show up tonight apparently, and Eric wanted to do a Batman 50 video, so I read the comic and then they didn't have time to do a video because that's how they roll. But I read that. Oh my god, what a terrible book. I am astounded that Englentine think Cecil Castellucci can write anything. She's fucking terrible. Her books are just pure SJW proselytizing. It's just literally Batgirl running around lecturing her dad about how bad he is and how the world needs to change and everyone's bad. And then she's dating some guy named Jason who's just the biggest fucking pud. God, and she's a total bitch. I wanted to do a video. I don't know. I wish you guys didn't have so little free time. Maybe I'll do a video by myself. Ronnie says, "Do not abuse the power of the wrench, Eric." So no, it says, "If you take my wrench and I say that, can Ronnie time me out?" Asking for a friend. Yeah, I can do that. Let's see. Now, see, you guys you're not chatting. Yeah, that gives me, you basically put it on my shoulders, and I have to find things to talk about. One thing to talk about is, well, you don't care. I was a little annoyed. I went to Comixology. Wait, why is it not showing what did I do wrong? I did something wrong. Hold on. There we go. Comixology, I had in my little, cart, I had all the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four run. It was all on sale. I think you guys saw a couple episodes. I got, and I told you, I said, like, look, I got to get this volume 2 right now because I'll put it off. And then so it's supposed to run through the 29th, today the 29th. But when you're on the West Coast, apparently it ends 29th at midnight. That's East Coast. So at 9 o'clock, it changed all the prices in my cart. And I was like, well, I got to pay full price now. So I didn't get them, and I'm a little bummed because exactly what I knew was going to happen. I sat on the fence, and I lost. We're going to be reading 30 Days of Night. What are you guys thinking of this book so far? I know the art is a little questionable. It's very, very indie. Yeah, it was IDW back in 2001. Like, was IDW anything back then? I mean, look at their logo. It's like a little hand-drawn little light bulb. I'm enjoying this. I think, despite the really raw art, this is a super indie book. The guys who are doing it, I mean, Steve Niles, I guess he's been around for a while, so I guess I should not be too surprised. But I'm enjoying it. Let's see. Eric says, actually, Batgirl wasn't bad until issue 50. It's like she was having her real feelings for the end. Batgirl was terrible. I read I didn't read the in-between issues. I read Cecil Castellucci's first issue on Batgirl, did a video on it. It was absolutely terrible. However, to Breen's credit, he's telling you, there wasn't all the SJW preaching in that first issue, which I did give credit to the issue. I was just like, in fact, the whole theme of that video was how this exposes that Cecil Castellucci is just a terrible writer, because she removed all of her SJW bullshit, and then she had nothing to say. So she wrote a comic book that was just nothing. It was utterly boring. At least if you go back and you read Female Furies, it's terrible, but it's trying to say something. It's just saying something that no one wants to read. Let's see. Melissa says, Tiny Toons Animaniacs reboots. I hope they get woke. Why do you hope they get woke? Why would you hope that? I mean, they are going to get woke. I've seen some screenshots. They're woke. When you have the little, I forget I was never an Animaniacs person because that was kind of after my time, but the little girl, the Animaniacs, and she's like basically telling the other two not to mansplain to her or something. And I was like, oh my God. Fucking when the Animaniacs are talking about mansplaining, you just someone is just dropping the ball. Let's see. Dragon Ball says, what about Jeff Loeb again? What about him? Ronnie says, point of order, he liked her writing before number 50. Eric Englentine put the whole Salt Flats into his review of it. Well, Ronnie, I said, I read the first Cecil Castellucci issue. It's terrible. It doesn't have the SJWism. So I guess if you judge the book based on its SJWisms, like female theories, and go, this is what makes it trash, then certainly you go, well, the Batgirl didn't have that, so, and you go, oh, it's not trash because that's what I care about. But you can go back and watch my video. I forget what issue it is. Was it 37? I forget what she took over, but it's bad. She does not know how to write. Even on issue 50, this is something that I noticed. I was like, this is like a bullshit comic, but I feel like she's writing something. She at least knows it's bullshit, but it's bullshit. She kind of understands. When she got rid of that, she had nothing. I was like, I don't understand how anyone could read this. I just don't understand it. She's not a good writer. I did a whole video on it. I'm not going to talk about it here. You can see I go into detail showing you examples. Zach says, hey guys, how late am I? Well, show started about 12 minutes ago after the little, whatever that 10-minute waiting period. Technically it starts at 10, but then there's 10 minutes of waiting. So 10:10. I need to have a wine on every stream. This is nice. Sitting back, sipping some wine, holding my pinky extended. I need a cigar and a smoking jacket. There we go. Comic Squirk Series says, hey guys, Nacho Boy Englentine typo. Castellucci pulled a Chelsea Kane Mockingbird on number 50. I fully expected Batgirl to be wearing a certain group's t-shirt on the cover. Yeah. She was a total bitch. I can't believe. Reading that book pissed me off so much. Like, it's like, on the one hand, I don't really care about Batgirl. I don't read Batgirl other than when I get told, hey, you should read this, we can do a video together. And then we're not going to actually do a video together. No, not butthurt at all. Not at all. I read these and it's just like, I can dismiss it and go, I don't care about Batgirl. But the thing is it reflects the DC universe. Now, I understand when I read other comics, like, say, Batman, that Batgirl's in this world with them. And she's someone I want to see shot in the face. Not really. Not really. I'm just being grumpy. I haven't had much sleep. Melissa says, happy Hallows Eve, Ash. It's not Hallows Eve. That's in a couple days. And it's an evil day. We shouldn't be celebrating it. Good evening, Mr. Jimmy, says Dragon Ball. I'm thinking of adding elements of Joker War to the 3 issues I read. The 3 issues I read may have helped them not suck. Okay. Let's see. Dragon Ball Talk. Why do you want us to troll this guy? That's really bad trolling. Let's see. Dragon Ball pretends not to know the guy. Let's see. Joe Lasky is dead. So Tiny Toons won't be the same without Plucky Duck. Well, you knew Tiny Toons isn't going to be the same. Warner Brothers hasn't been able to do any tunes for 30 years. Any of the tunes, that's just a lost art. I want to see the original old school, like Looney Tunes from the 60s. That's gone. It's never coming back. It's a different world, and that's whatever. Let's see. Zach says, the Animaniacs always had topical humor involved. There's a great one where Al Gore is donkey full of hot air. Hopefully the reboot keeps the jokes instead of just aimed at conservatives. Do you really You think in this world they're gonna do Warner Brothers is gonna do a cartoon where they make fun of any leftist Democrat like that? It's done. No way. Comedy's dead. It's the only thing that they can try to make fun of. Like the only thing that's not off limits is straight white males and conservatives, or a combination actually of the two. Like that's why, like, you see it's like it's all like ha ha ha. Did you see that guy Trump with his orange skin? Ha ha ha. So he's so bad, funny, because they can't do jokes. Everything's off limits now because it's offensive to someone, and God forbid we offend anybody. Dragon Ball says, I saw both 30 Days of Night films. There was 2? Well, news to me. You'll learn something. I hope Animaniacs and Tiny Toon Adventures both don't go woke. You just said that you hope that they did. You're flip-flopping like Joe Biden. Come on, Melissa. Come on, man. See, that was my political joke. Someone's gonna get butthurt though, because they probably like Joe Biden and be like, "F this dude." Eric says, "Are you sure? You sound a little butthurt." I said I was butthurt. No, I didn't. I said I wasn't butthurt. That's right. Yeah, I'm not butthurt. Zach says, "Why shoot her in the face? Go for the back, and she could be Oracle again. Too soon." Nice. See what you did there. I was gonna almost say that, but I thought that might be a little bit too. Like, that would be a little bit too mean, because that she actually did get crippled. Oh shit! Did I say the word crippled? Now I'm canceled. She got disabled. Sorry, she got differently abled. What am I allowed to say? Please, someone. Is Josh Hartnett character in the comic like in the film? I don't know. I haven't seen the film. How can I tell you this? I'm sure he probably is. Jimmy says, I read Mark Russell's The Flintstones, all 12 yesterday, twice. One of my favorite books ever. Not just saying that. Rank it next to Hellboy in Hell, Thor, Game of Thrones, and Superman Earth 1. Truly loved it. Holy cow. I don't know what sort of things Mark Russell did to you, Jimmy, but all right. Glad you liked it. Zach says, Ash gets negative when he drinks wine. Haha. No, I'm just kind of salty all the time. Salty all the time, salty all the time, salty all the time. Oh, wait, did I sing again? You call that singing? The Crypt Keeper's voice actor and Charlie Adler both voiced Buster Bunny. I wonder if they will return as Buster Bunny. I don't know, Melissa. I gotta tell you, truthfully, I don't care. I see any sort of Looney Tunes content, Warner Brothers, I just tune out. Let's see. Ronnie says, you mean the Looney Tunes from the 30s plus? Most of them won't be able to be aired because, 1, hypersensitive people, and 2, they've had their violence edited out. Yeah, I'd take those Looney Tunes as well. I kind of knew that those were never going to be aired. But as like, at least maybe give us the old like 60s versions, like stuff, you know? But yeah, the old theatrical stuff that showed, the ones they showed before the, what do they call those? There was like a term for that. The something real that they showed, like a cartoon before the movie. Oh, look, RDV decided to grace us with his presence. He says, oh yeah, I forgot you were streaming this morning. You were probably really busy. So I understand, RDV. Let's see. Eric says, are you sure you sound a little butthurt? I feel like deja vu. I am a little butthurt. Not really, but, a little bit. In 30 Days of Night on Netflix or Tubi TV? Do I look like a freaking TV guide? What the hell? You're on a computer. Go type it in Google. RDV says, it's all mass conspiracy, and the companies are trying to make gingers unlikable so that we'll be complacent. when the race swap the gingers in comics and the movies. Well, I mean, someone's got to get race swapped, right? I mean, if they're gonna be like, oh, we gotta make certain characters black, they can't make the Mexicans black. They can't make the Native Americans black. I mean, they got to pick someone. And they're like, well, white people. Which white people are the most hated? Oh, gingers. Well, we'll pick them then. I honestly think that's what it is. Let's see. To quote Freddy Krueger, "Take a seat, Barbara. You look tired. When you wake up, it's back in the saddle." I couldn't do any quotes on that. MeTV is doing Saturday morning cartoons. MeTV? What's Me? I don't know what MeTV is, but apparently they're doing Saturday morning cartoons. Let's see. Batman says Dragon Ball Talk is going from one stream to another, pretending that he doesn't know us, even though he was on Finisher's stream before you started the stream. Okay. I don't know who you, I don't know who you are. I don't even really know who Dragon Ball Talk is. He just comes to my stream often. I don't know why this is a deal. Just, we're here talking comics. I read comics. We talk about them. It's a bunch of regulars. If you like it and you want to join the fun, come on in. If you want to, I don't know, cause a ruckus, there's not much here to do. Let's see. MeTV will have Popeye, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. Zach Richmond says, but they could make the Asians black, as seen with Tim Drake in Titans. What? They made Tim Drake? What? I don't even understand that comment. Ban Batman. He's the Joker, obviously. No, he's just some dude who put Batman in his name. And I'm not going to ban anyone unless you give me a big reason to. I'm not going to play that game. Talk about comics, bats, not me, please. All right. Let's see. But in good news, Jade is going to be in Stargirl Season 2. I haven't watched any of the Stargirl shows. I'm a little bit afraid to, because all the CW shows suck. Like, I know some of you guys like them. So I don't really talk about them because I don't want to put anyone off if who's a big fan. But a lot of people are saying Stargirl's really good, and I do like Jeff Johns, and that was his company that did the show. So I'm kind of like, I kind of want to watch it, but then I'm really worried I'm going to hate it because I've heard this all before. I've heard the same song and dance when like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. came out. There's a lot of people like, oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is so good. And I just have to hold my tongue and be like, just nod and be like, oh, yeah, glad you like that show. Let's see. RDV says, ban me so I have a valid excuse to not show up to these. You can take off. You're not required to be here. Thou wilt pay dearly for this perfidy most foul, says Eric Breen. Great. I guess tonight's troll night. Everything is good now. Please talk comics. See, that's the problem, Dragon. You can't feed the trolls. If people are talking shit and then you try to like, hey, stop, they're not gonna. It's just they're gonna be like, oh, we got them, and they're gonna do everything they can to upset you. Ed Series says, good morning, USA. At least for a few more mornings. Am I right, Ed? Am I right? Let's see. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. sucks. Stargirl is as great as the boys. Wow. Whoa. Reel it in. Just reel it in. The CW is not capable of producing anything that's on the level of the boys. First 3 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D., when it wasn't being used as a Disney shield for the movies, was decent, says Rania. I highly disagree. The first 3 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the reason why I haven't watched season 4. And that first season is rough. Holy shit. Season 2 is not much better. Season 3, starting to get somewhat better. But man, just that concept, the concept that it's just like that Shield is these goofball idiots. And then in the show episodes are just awful. It's watchable when it's watchable in the same way that like a McRib is edible. Like every year McRib comes out and I'm like, oh yeah, McRib, I'll have one of those. And it's not like it's gross. I'm not like, oh, spit. Obviously, I wanted to eat it. I look forward to like, oh, I haven't had a McRib in a while. But then every time I regret it later and I go, why did I do that? And that's how I feel about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was like 3 seasons in a row. I was like, why did I do that next season? Oh, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Why did I do that? Dragon Ball says, give me a wrench, save me Breen from Joker. Why would I give you a wrench? That'd be crazy. DC Universe show that aired weekly first on DC Universe and then on the CW. Whatever. Technicalities. The DC Universe is some sort of amazing, production, producer of television. Let us not forget that DC gave us Titans. I want Mandalorian. A 15-minute sneak peek is out. All right. Mandalorian it's okay. I mean, I watch it because I like Star Wars and I like half of it. The Mandalorian's like love-hate for me. There's parts of it I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then 5 minutes will go on and be like, oh, God, that's so stupid. And then be like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then 5 more minutes will go by and be like, oh, that's fucking stupid. It's just all over the place, up and down. And that last episode, I almost didn't finish the episode. The first 10 minutes of that is some of the worst Star Wars that's ever existed. Well, at least, yeah, since the Thanksgiving special back in the 70s. Little Caesars Pizza does that to me. Does what to you? I missed whatever you said. CW plans to ruin Walker, Texas Ranger, my favorite show starring Chuck Norris. Of course, they ruin everything. RDV says it wasn't made for the CW crowd. Was it made for the DC Universe crowd? Because the DC Universe stuff seems like it's made for the CW crowd. I'm gonna try to watch it. I gotta go find it. New season starts tonight. All right. I think Little Caesars is okay. None in my city though. Ugh. Little Caesars? Eric got it right. Little Seizures. Walker had to be great first in order to be made to suck with a reboot. They're really rebooting it? Are they with Chuck Norris? The dude's like 80 years old. What the hell? No, he's Chuck Norris, I guess. He can do whatever. He's earned that right. Tehillim is here. He says thumbs down for no thumbs up. Thumbs up, 10 watching. I don't know what that means, but good to see you, buddy. Melissa says, I want to have him. All right, Melissa, you might just, you can keep some of those feelings in private. This is a PG family show over here. RDV says Jared Padalecki from Supernatural is the new Walker. You lost me at Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. Dragon says, I'm thumbs up number 2. What number you guys get? Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Eric says, no blue wrench. Guess I'll change my politics and go for a blue check. You asked to have the wrench taken away and now you're crying. You deserve a blue check. You're acting like a blue check. Speaking of blue checks, let's read a comic. You guys You guys are just fueling my sourness tonight. We need some entertainment. Tonight's comic is 30 Days of Night. If you missed the first issue, it's available on Comixology for free, absolutely free, no strings attached. You can just go over, click on it, download it. It's yours to keep forever and ever. You can get issues 2 and 3 are on sale because it's Halloween for less than $1. So you can have the whole first trade for $2, essentially, approximation. What's going on is a little town in Alaska, the northernmost town in Alaska. Very small population. It's so far north that during certain parts of the year, when the sun sets, it doesn't actually come back up for a whole month. And being that this is a comic book where there's a world where vampires are real, apparently the vampires have just now found out about this place, even though they've been alive for eons, maybe. I don't know how long they are. They just now found out about this place, and they decide they're going to have there's something to celebrate. They're going to go and just have a big feast at this town. And they have shown up, and hell's about to break loose. That's where the first issue ends. So here we go. Oh, I should I always forget to do the full screen thing. Let's see. RDV says, someone has a vampire fetish. That would be you, Mr. American Vampire. Ed says, I lived in Alaska for nearly 20 years. Wow. RDV says, all these vampire books. It's Halloween, you goober. All these vampire books. All right, here we go. Without the distractions. Trying to pull up the show on my iPad too so I can monitor chat because I still don't have my second monitor hooked up. All right, here we go. 30 Days of Night, number 2. Steve Niles story, Ben Tipplesmith art. The invasion came swiftly and easily. Some of the townspeople, the hunters and whalers, the tough and stubborn, tried to fight, but it was hopeless. The sun went down a long time ago and will not return for a long time more. Yes. They came quickly, walking over the frozen tundra, cutting off communication and escape routes as they marched. They have feasted on the men, women, and children of Barrow without mercy and without pause. This is fucking fantastic. This is the world of which they have only dreamed. Endless night and an endless supply of blood and meat. This is how it is meant to be. Humans, like bottles, waiting for their caps to be popped. Some of the blood meat try to escape. Honey? Stay back. Blam. But there's no way out. They catch every vehicle. No. I won't stay back. Now hold still and prepare to die. Rip. Slash. They have destroyed every computer, phone, and radio. Maybe one or two tried to run on foot. No! But the undead engulfed them and they fell, bleeding into death at the hands of the swarm. Wait, please, I don't understand. No, why is this happening? Please, I'll do. Crunch. Maybe those few are the lucky ones. The slaughtered have escaped in their way. Escaped to something beyond heaven, or at worst, eternal darkness. They are the lucky ones, because those left behind are in hell. Oh, God. It's not a room. Far from it. It's an old industrial furnace. At one time, it kept most of Barrow warm. We have to get out of here. Stella, we can't. They'd only kill us too. God help me. We have to leave them. Now it keeps a few desperate survivors alive. How come I killed that freak in the cell with my gun, but none of them seemed to get hurt by anything? Can you tell me that? Maybe it's the head, the brain? Maybe it's how I shot him that did it. What if you're wrong? What if the guy you shot wasn't one of them, just some psycho helping them out? I'm not willing to take that chance, are you? I feel so helpless. I know, honey. I know. And I'm hungry. New Orleans. The camera is most important. However you get in here, I want the camera running first. It will transmit a live feed to me that will be recorded no matter what happens. To the camera. You mean me, Mom? You can say it. I'm not scared. Well, you should be. Nothing like this has ever happened in my lifetime or 100 before. Looks like we might just catch them with their pants down. What's that little piece of shit for? That's in case they corner you. You mean? Yes. Trust me, baby. It's better than the alternative. I'm coming back. I promise. And I'll be here waiting for you. Okay. Now don't make your mama cry. Let's get you packed up and moving. Remember what I said. In and out. You can't help anybody if there's even anybody left alive. So just get the pictures and get out of there. I will. In and out pictures. No heroics. Alaska, here I come. Oh shit, Blade is on his way. This is gonna be... No, never mind. This is a different comic. Fairbanks, Alaska. What can I do for you, fella? I called ahead. I need a helicopter. Weather's changed since you called. I won't be taking no copter up for a couple of days. I need it now. One day. 5,000 now, and another 5,000 when I get back. We have a deal. And, what if you don't come back? From the looks of these birds, you made yourself a profit regardless. Of course, you are a pilot and have all the required paperwork, right? Let's hope so. Sheriff Eben Olaman makes the run for food and supplies like a machine programmed for survival. Move, stop, look, listen, repeat. When the attacks first happened, they tried to fight. They tried everything: bullets, knives, wooden stakes. Stella even tried to cross. The thing just laughed at her. It would have killed her if Eben hadn't been there to help. After that, they decided hiding was the best course of action. Wait, watch, and hope. Wait for them to finish and leave. Watch for a way to kill them or escape. Hope for help to come. That's all they had left. A small handful of options. And an even smaller amount of food. Doing a little shopping, Sheriff? I surmise there were more of you somewhere. This cold wreaks havoc on our senses of smell. I just want to get this food. People are hungry. I won't stand in your way. What is that? I can't. What is... Oh, he's... Okay, sorry. I won't stand in your way. Nor I in yours. I just have one favor to ask. Tell me where the others are hiding. I don't know. They left before you got here. Lie. Nobody got away. Trip. Where are you going, Sheriff? You think you can outmaneuver me? Flip. No. Boom. Now look what you've done. Swack. Hey, mister. Oh, wrong voice. Hey, mister. I'm done playing with this nice man. Do you want to play with me now? Run all you like, Sheriff. Sooner or later we'll find you. For once, time is on our side. Who are you talking to, Marlowe? Nobody. What the hell happened to you? Eskimo trouble. No shit. He's here, he's here. You hear that? He's arrived. He came. They can't be stopped. They, take it easy. Breathe. Don't talk right now. Maybe if we try together, Sheriff, all of us, maybe we can overpower them? Impossible, Ted. I just saw one take a shotgun blast to the head. It didn't even slow him down. We have to wait for the sun to come back. We have to wait. It's too long. We'll all starve. And my girlfriend's out there hiding somewhere. We can't leave her there. Nothing stops them. We have to hide. Stop it, Eben. You're scaring them. They can't smell us. What? The cold. It affects their sense of smell. If they can't sense us, they can't find us. So there's a little hope? What's that sound? Shh, listen. Are they clapping? Clap, 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 clap. That's enough. Now tell me why I traveled across the world. Thank you for coming, Vicente. It is truly, truly an honor. Please look at what we have discovered. I don't know why we never thought of it. No sunlight for weeks on end. We can feed as we wish and never sleep. No need to hide during the light hours, wondering if they'll find our sleeping body. It is just as I described in our communications. Here, we rule. The humans hide and wait for us to find them. We can feast enough to make us strong for a full year. And none have been turned. I gave strict orders that all victims should be decapitated after bleeding and feeding. It's paradise. You certainly have discovered something here, Marlowe. Thank you. I thought you'd be happy. I wouldn't go so far as to say I'm happy. As much as I'm completely stunned by your absolute stupidity. Well, thank you. What? Swack. You fucking arrogant idiot. Holy shit, did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. Do you have any idea what you've done? I thought... Honestly, I could care less what you thought. I came here because I couldn't believe the audacity what you were going to do. I had hopes of arriving in time to stop you. I can see that I arrived too late. The damage is done. Damage? How many centuries has it taken to become a myth? How many centuries has it taken us to mesh with the living world? To make the humans no longer believe we exist? Can any of you tell me? Hundreds? Thousands? Now, in a single, greedy, stupid act, you have given them a reason to suspect. Suspicion and fear are the seed of our extinction. It killed my brothers and my fathers. And if this gets out, it will destroy us again. Again, we will be hunted. Who do you think you are? I'll kill you. You will do nothing. You will die. Rip. Splat. I don't think so. Eben, come on before they see us. I think there's a way. Anyone else? Good. Listen closely, and we can forget this disgusting chapter and move on. This is what we're going to do. Gather the dead and place them inside their dwellings. Hunt down any and all survivors. I want them killed. Feed on them if you like. Or just kill them. I don't care. Just don't turn them. Once everyone in town is dead, place them inside with the rest of the deceased. Split the pipeline, flood the streets with oil, and set the entire town ablaze. I want this place destroyed. I want every structure burned, every carcass incinerated. By this time tomorrow, I want this town wiped off the map. To be continued. I'm liking it. Absolutely. This is so 90s though. This is so 90s like edgelord horror. As I'm reading this, I'm like, oh god, but I know it's 2001, but sometimes things carry over. It has that feel. Read the book. Oh, are they not on sale anymore? Oh, it's $1.79. Well, still half price. Let's get to the chat. Let's get back to the chat. Let's see. Melissa says, cover the vampires in holy water dipped bullets, and stake their ads. I would put put crosses up. I don't think that works on these vampires, Melissa. That's old TV vampires. Besides, where are you going to get the holy water? Ed says, Barrow is how they say it. Vampires eat human flesh and drink blood. They can't get you in a church with a cross. They can. Let's see. RDV says, I never knew there was a second film until a few days ago. Dragon Ball says, I only remember the end part. A bathtub of blood involved in all I'm saying. Okay. Melissa says he looks like a vampire kingpin. Yeah, I get the impression he's some master vampire lord. Ronnie says this is some pretty disturbing imagery, and the style heightens the effect. I agree. I don't think this is like really great art. I wouldn't want to read this probably for any other story, but because it's like horror, the sort of surreal kind of nature of it all, and the muddiness and the ugliness kind of it just tends to go with it. Ed says, creepy little bee. The art reminds me of Arkham, a serious house on a serious earth. I have not read that. Let's see. This book is based on a film. No, the film is based on the book. I'm pretty sure it's reversed. Ryoka's here says, not gonna lie, the artwork is pretty funky. Comic came first, and then they made the movie 6 years later. Yeah, there we go. Oh, snap. Head vampire is laying down the smackdown. All right, so I didn't know when these chats were coming in because I don't pay attention as I'm reading. So obviously this came in. Ryuk says, yes, Dragon Ball, but the name comes from my favorite death god from that series. I made this account back in middle school. Right. So that's it. Hope you guys are enjoying 30 Days a Night. I'm really enjoying it. I was when I found this book, and it was like the big reason I got it is like, oh, it's Halloween themed and it's 3 issues. That was all. I was like, I've heard of this before because I know they made a movie, and I was like, well, they made a movie of it. There must be something of value. It must be not terrible, right? But this is creepy. Like this is horror. This is the kind of horror that I like. I don't like scary, like when it's like jump scares. I like the, oh shit, we're all gonna die, the impending doom, and how the hell are you gonna get out of this? Like, I like that a lot. I like the setting being the snow. Reminds me of the bleak environment from The Thing, which is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. Actually, it is my favorite horror movie of all time. So, Dragon Ball says the art could be better, but good story nonetheless. Yeah, this is for sure. It's like a total indie book. So I don't really fault the art when it's like that. And the writing, like I said, the writing's carrying it. It's given me a really good, creepy experience. I think a movie would be even more immersive. So I kind of want to check the movie out now. I wonder where I can find it. Tonight's second book for the evening. We're moving right along at a fast clip. There's not been much chit chat tonight in the chit chat. So you guys just have me moving right along. It's only 10 minutes after the hour. I got like 50 more minutes if I do a 2-hour stream. I might be ending up early tonight, which wouldn't be terrible bad because I am tired, man. I stayed up way too late last night. Let's see. Jeff Loeb always keeps me guessing, but that was Red Hulk. What? That's a weird segue. So now we're on to Long Halloween. How you guys liking this one? Rania, this is a good question for you because I know for sure you're like me. This is your first time through the Long Halloween. Is it you're enjoying it? Is it not living up to its reputation? Is it boring, fun, or you just hate Batman, so you don't care? You're like, I don't know. RDB says, Ash, if we end early, Ash can read Batgirl number 50 and have nightmares tonight. I already read number 50. That was last night, and I had nightmares. No, I don't get nightmares, actually. Knock on wood. Of course, first time you say that. I can't remember the last time I had a nightmare. It's been at least 30 years. Melissa says, I read an article about Harley and Ivy and Ivy, can DC Comics get through their thick skulls that Harley and Ivy are friends, not lesbians? Oh no, they're lesbians. I love comics said, why can't women just be friends? Because, hello, men suck, and so women are better. So if you're going to have a life partner, obviously you're going to choose a woman, because why would you choose to be with some shitty ass man? Duh. That was sarcasm. Ronnie says the pacing is a bit slow, but the story is decent. Yeah, I know. It's no Dan Slott Iron Man, but we're trudging through. RDB says, I read The Long Halloween last year. Great book. I want to read Batman Haunted. I think, yeah, there's a one-shot Batman, too, which I could have done had I known. But I'm glad I found the 30 Days a Night. I'm enjoying it. I'm actually curious, once we get through this book, because there's multiple 30 Days of Night comics. I guess there's 2 movies, but there's quite a few different 30 Days of Night comics. So I'm curious to see how they do this over and over again, especially with the one vampire being like, you idiots, what are you doing? Like, you're not doing this anymore. You're stupid. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I have no idea how this book's going to end. Dragon Ball says, I have daymares. I sleep in the day. I've been through a lot. You know, I got to be honest with you, Dragon Ball. A lot of people that listen to my show tell me that. I have that effect on people. The only good thing about Slott's run was the cat who was a doctor. That sounds amazing. Lee Bad. Dan Slott does not do it for me. That Silver Surfer that I read on the stream, like, oh my god. Oh my god, so terrible. I'm of this opinion that modern comics are so bad, like the bar is so low, that a lot of the weaker creators get away with people being like, oh, it's pretty good stuff, like, because people forgot what good comics are like. You know, it's like Jason Aaron is like a superstar, and he's beyond mediocre. You know, Dan Slott, like even Englantine's like, I like what Dan Slott's doing. I'm like, all right, you've read a lot of comics, I guess, but I think Englantine reads a lot more shitty books than I do, though. And so that's one of the things. I'm going to be truthful here. Actually, this is something that I've just kind of thought about, like my head put together as I'm thinking out loud. So when I started my channel a couple years ago, you know, I was doing the whole read tons of shitty books and try to tear them apart and all this stuff. And I stopped doing that as much because I didn't want to just be a channel about hating books. And personally, I don't enjoy reading bad books. So I was trying to focus more on the good books. I was also, part of my pull list had bad books. And I really wanted to pare that down. It's like, you know, I just want to be excited when I go to the comic book store. Like every single book on my pull is like, awesome. I can't wait to read that. That's what it should be. And so lately, say the past 6 months or more, I've just been reading a lot more good stuff. Well, probably a year, because I just really pared it down. I still do read some shitty books. Like this is like I was still getting Bendis Superman, you know, and so every 2 weeks, actually every week, a Bendis Superman was coming out, and I was like, and when you're constantly surrounded by shitty comics, even the like mediocre ones seem really good. You're like, oh, this is a lot better. And part of me has a theory that maybe that's kind of where Englantine's at, because he reads so many bad books, and I'm not. And I'm reading all these what I consider like top tier, really good books. And so when I read something just mediocre, I'm like, oh, it's so fucking awful. It's just, I don't know. That's just my theory. Let's see. The one true Harley Quinn is the DCAU version. All right. RDV says, I'm living in a constant nightmare, and the only thing that gets me through it is Ash's streams. So hit that like button and spread the good word. RDV says, I read more bad books than anyone. Well, that might be true. Eric Breen says, fact. Do not besmirch me. I am the king of reading bad books. Oh, no. I think Jimmy might have you beat, RDV. Melissa says, my son Jake got hero clicks of the Holiday Killer and Long Halloween Calendar Man. Oh, that's pretty neat. Eric Breen says, I can't besmirch you. I have no power. Oh, is Eric crying about his lack of power again? This is what happens when you take privilege away from a white man. They can't handle it. Embrace the Pringles and they will bring you power. Or make me fatter. Well, they do tend to make you fatter. Let's see. Here we go. So that Eric stops crying. It's making me sad. I'm telling you, man, RDV, that Walking Dead wine's not bad. Now 5 years later, I'm enjoying it. All right, let's get into the Long Halloween. This is what you guys have been waiting for, I'm sure. Not listen to me bullshit and drink. And here we go. What the hell is that? Okay. What are you? Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Never ask a question you don't want to know the answer to. Labor Day in Gotham City. Harvey Dent, the district attorney, has been missing for nearly a month. During the trial of Sal the Boss Maroney, acid was hurled into Dent's face. He was taken to the hospital. Something happened. Harvey snapped. He stabbed his own surgeon and escaped. Despite all my efforts, I am now afraid Harvey Dent, my friend, is lost. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Christened on a stark and stormy Tuesday. Married on a gray and grisly Wednesday. Ill on a mild and mellow Thursday. Well, what's the rest of it? Worse on a bright and breezy Friday. Died on a gay and glorious Saturday. Buried on a baking, blistering Sunday. Is that what you did? Did you die and come back? Can a man live 2 lives? A double life. Captain James Gordon, the only other man in my city that I trust. But this turn with Harvey, it has changed how Gordon looks at me as well. The evidence is incredibly damning. Inside Harvey's briefcase, a .22 caliber handgun, and Carmine Falcone's ledger,
giving him access to all of the holiday victims. They'll say he was obsessed with bringing down the Roman. That was his motive. My God. Harvey Dent is Holiday. How long have you known? How long?
I don't believe that the man who stood on this roof, who made a promise, a bond with each of us, would cross the line. I won't believe it.
What if you're too close to the situation? What if your judgment is impaired? What if you're wrong?
What if I'm not?
Find Harvey. You know what needs to be done.
Oh, that's a cool shot. Tim Sale may not be, there's a pause here. Tim Sale may not be like the prettiest illustrator, but dude is a freaking artist. Like he knows how to compose a shot. There's so many pieces in these books throughout where you just look and go, that's something like a piece of art I'd want to hang on my wall. I mean, obviously, if it was a big print, it would be more detailed than what we're seeing here. But the composition in his stuff, a lot of comic book artists don't understand that. They don't think like an actual, they don't think like a painter, like a fine arts, I don't know what the term I'm trying to think of. They think of like comic art, which is, its own craft, and it has plenty of, skill sets and merits on its own. But it's nice to also see sometimes when an artist who can do comics understands just, fine art composition on its own. Where is Dent?
How the hell should I know? That maniac killed my sister, my nephew, and my son.
Carmine, the Roman Falcone, Gotham City's untouchable crime lord.
Do you know what my people called this past year? The Long Halloween.
But a serial killer, the newspaper called Holiday, because the murders he commits take place on holidays, has been marking the calendar with members of the Falcone family.
Johnny Vitti, my nephew, was the first one to die on Halloween night. It could have stopped there, but it didn't, and we both know why. You and the cops just let it continue because he was killing our people, mia familia, and you stand here and act like your hands are clean.
Grab.
Who?
Sophia Gigante Falcone, the Roman's daughter.
Papa. Sophia, no. I thought I heard voices. It's all right. I just stumbled.
Harvey hated the Roman and what he was doing to Gotham City. Across the street.
Meow.
Why?
Don't you ever say hello?
I want the truth. All of it. Why is it every time I confront the Roman you show up? What connection do you two have?
So, you want to trade secrets? This isn't the time for that schoolgirl act. I want the truth.
You're hurting me. That's better. Maybe it's because the Roman treats the world like a ball of yarn. And you know how much cats like to unravel a ball of yarn. Maybe it's because whenever he's around, you're around. Maybe it's none of your damn business.
Catwoman. How many of her lives has she used up since this whole nightmare began? The home of Gilda and Harvey Dent.
Harvey? Harvey, is that you? Harvey, you've come back. You've come...
Where is your husband, Miss Dent? You know why we have to find him, don't you? We found a gun. A 22 in his briefcase, with the serial numbers filed off. It's the same sort of weapon that the holiday killer uses.
He said he brought it home from the office.
In the grooves of the vise on your husband's workbench, there are tiny metal filings. Gunmetal.
Please. Find him. Find my Harvey.
Tell me what you know.
30 days hath September.
Julian Day, the calendar man, named so for committing crimes that coincide with the calendar. According to the asylum's records, which could be altered, he has been incarcerated since this has all began.
It's Labor Day, and he still eludes you, doesn't she?
We know it was Dent. We don't know where he is. If you can help us locate him.
Dent. Harvey Dent. The Gemini.
The district attorney who put you in here.
Just so we understand each other, the calendar man is being forgotten. I can't have that. It's Labor Day night. Only a few more hours before the holiday has passed. And you have something a holiday wants.
Gotham City Jail. Sal the Boss Maroni, once the Romans' chief rival for the control of Gotham City. During his trial, it was Maroni who hurled acid in Harvey Dent's face. The courtroom bailiff shot Maroni 3 times, but he would not die. Maroni. What? We're moving you. Now. The calendar man thinks that Maroni is the next victim. I got word to Gordon. He reminded me that I'm heeding the advice of the madman in the hopes of catching another. But I have to find Harvey Dent. What's this all about? I take 3 slugs in the courtroom and I'm still here, right? You guys could learn a thing or 3 about killing somebody, you know. After what you did to Harvey Dent, I almost think we should let him have you. Almost. Dent? Coming after me? Is that why you're moving me? Let him come. That rat bass. Blam! Blam! That don't look like Harvey Dent. All right. That is the end of book 12. One issue left to go. We will be reading that on All Hallows Day. That'll be November 1st. It'll be Sunday. That'll be the finale to wrap up both the long Halloween, and we'll be wrapping up 30 Days of Night. And everyone will be sick off of gorging on candy, I'm sure. Don't forget, All Hallows Day, November 1st, is a great day to get candy, get to 50% off sales at the stores. So if you want to get yourself some cheap candy for yourself, like Eric Breen wants to get a big bag of Milky Way, it's probably a good time. Let's see, let me just get this all prepared. That's a pretty cool cover. I'm not big on the gray background, but I like the pumpkin. All right. Let's get into the chat and start wrapping things down. Let's see. RDB says he's a Biden supporter now. Eric just smiles. We knew he was a Biden supporter all along. Dragon Ball says, Long Halloween isn't my favorite, but I'm going to watch. You know, I was thinking about how it kind of has this slow feeling. But then I thought, you know, if I were actually reading this once a month rather than every 2 days, I think it would play well. Because one thing I like about this book is how there's a lot of time gap between each book. You know, like there's a holiday and then you read the next issue and it's like, might be a month or two later at the next holiday. And when you're reading the book throughout a year like this is 13 issues, right? So this is 13 months. You're going through those days and you have personally felt that sense of time go by. And I think that might resonate. That's something I was thinking about, how I'm not feeling that because I'm kind of rushing through the book. Now, if I just read it in one sitting, it'd be different. But because there's gaps, but because I don't actually feel it, I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed, in retrospect, I think I would have enjoyed reading this over a 13-month period and the different holidays and the seasons. And I really like where the book is going now. Let's see. Let's see. I got chills and they're multiplying, says RDV. I can't help you. Eric Bean says, now I can go off to that long good night. All right. Well, good night and have yourself sweet dreams. Dragon Ball says, who's the hair sniff guy, Biden or someone else? No, it's Biden. Biden's the hair sniff guy and the child fondler. There's videos of him feeling up little girls. That's gross. Can't believe anyone's voting for that guy. RDV says he's definitely not Pattinson. Oh, you're talking about, because Ryan says Batman is jacked up muscle-wise in this version. I know. I love Tim Sale's version. I like how he draws Catwoman too. Like, she looks like a feminine beast. Like, that chick is super fit. You know, like I believe she can do the things that she does. And I love seeing Batman just ripped to the core. Batman should be like the peak human condition. He's pushed himself in every single way. He shouldn't be Robert Pattinson. Good God. The lightning in this book is spot on. All right.
Oh, you said the lighting. No, I read that as lightning. I was like, all right, it's light. No, I agree. The lighting. Yeah, I like the lighting. Dragon Ball says, is Affleck Batman in this book? Maybe it's Affleck. No, this is basically the Frank Miller Batman from the comics. Long Halloween. I believe no, because I guess year 2 would be the technical successor to year 1. But a lot of people considered Long Halloween a sequel of sorts to year 1. Ronnie says this art is a bit more cinematic. I would agree on that. Let's see. RDV says I like the Christopher Nolan verse. I do too. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, and what he did with Batman, I don't think anyone's ever going to repeat. I love every Christopher Nolan movie, and I cannot wait to see Tenet again. My favorite movie in a long time. Let's see. Falcon is not untouchable anymore. What? Why is Falcon not untouchable? He's still a, protected class, right? Batman versus 1 says hi. Sorry about earlier. All right. Well, have fun. Enjoy hanging out with us. No hard feelings. Calendar Man, Hannibal Lecter. Yes. Good point, Melissa. I talk about this a lot, actually, like when I get in comic book talks in real life. One of the things I've said about Batman for the longest time, and one of the reasons I was super excited when Christopher Nolan it's before he even made a movie, before he made any Batman movie, my dream pick for a Batman movie was Christopher Nolan. And I would always say, the reason why I want Christopher Nolan to do a Batman movie, he's my pick, is because Christopher Nolan is so good at psychological thrillers. If you go see Insomnia, you'll kind of know what I mean. This wasn't out at the time, but you got The Prestige. If you've seen Memento, oh my God, Memento. He understands psychological thrillers, and to me, Batman at its core is a psychological thriller. There's some people that'll hammer down on the whole like, oh, it's a detective thing. He should be a detective, and they want to see a Sherlock Holmes story every time. And I'm like, that's part of who Batman is. But for me, for as long as I've been around comics and known Batman, as long as I've known the comic version of Batman, because I used to think Batman was the TV show until about Batman 89 movie kind of made me go, oh, Batman is actually cool. He's not stupid and hokey. And then I started buying some detective comics, and I was like, oh, this is badass. And then I discovered Frank Miller's Year 1 because I was a Frank Miller fan. And yeah. Anyways, so what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So once I started discovering who Batman was and what made him tick and talking to other Batman fans, when I was growing up, my stepfather was he's a comic artist. Not a comic artist. He wasn't a pro. He was an illustrator who did comic style art. Let's put it that way. And he was into comics, of course, and he was a big DC guy, and I was like, DC sucks. And of course, when your stepfather likes DC, it's just even less cool. But I got privileged. He's the one that gave me the reason I have the Frank Miller Daredevil, the whole Daredevil run, is because he gave it to me. He's like, here you go, you love Frank Miller. And I was like, what? Yo, what's up? So yeah. God, man, I went way in the weeds on this. So the whole thing about Batman to me has always been like, it's about the villain. Like, we know who Batman is, right? He's the stalwart character, but the villain. And when you see movies like Silence of the Lambs, to me, I was like, a good Batman movie would be like Silence of the Lambs, right? It'd be about the detective trying to profile the killer. Why is he doing what he's doing? Get into the head. So reading this book, especially on this issue, seeing that made me think about that very same concept again. I was like, oh yes, this is what I always talk about Batman being about the villain and trying to figure out who the killer is and get into the head. And so that's one thing I am really liking about this book. Anyways, it took me 20 minutes to say something that should have took 2 minutes. Let's see. Anthony Hopkins would make a wonderful Calendar Man. Yeah, I could see Anthony Hopkins being Calendar Man. He'd be a better Calendar Man than he is Odin. That was a terrible cast. Dragon Ball Block says, I forgive you. It was a bad joke. My fault. Everyone's just in a nice, forgiving mood. I love it. Everyone's so nice. Let's all have a big family hug. Ed Brewer says, nice. Eric says, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I thought you were a Milky Way guy. Were you exposing your lies, Eric? Is your Milky Way love just fake news, perhaps? Dragon Ball says, I wish you would do this every night, Ash. Yeah, it's tough. I might be cutting down the story time to less times. But who knows? The reason, honestly, the reason I do this story time is because no one wants to stream with me. I want to do like discussion stuff, and it's very tough. It's very tough to do stuff on your own. It takes a lot more preparation. You got to plan what you're going to talk about. Then you have to start outlining what you want to talk about because you're just by yourself. And when you have, at least for me, when I have a partner and I have someone I can bounce off of and they're offering me, is essentially they're throwing, constantly throwing pitches my way and I just have to swing the bat. So it's just better. I want to do more stuff like that. I really love that show I'm doing with Skip. It sucks that it's only every other week, but I think it's for the best. Ronnie says frozen Reese's peanut butter cups are the bomb. Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them refrigerated. I think frozen makes them a little too hard, and it makes the peanut butter inside a little too flaky. I'm a little bit halfway. Ed Brewer says clocks go back 1 hour for most on Sunday too. Oh, good to know. Melissa says night, guys, but I don't know if she really means it. She often says good night and then sticks around anyway. We'll see. Good night, Melissa, just in case. I feel weird when I say good night and she's not, she stays around. I'm like, why did I say good night to you? It's weird. I'm going to spring ahead into winter to get it over with. I don't know what. I think RDV was trying to be funny and it fell flat with me. It's paced to feel like the year has passed month to month. Oh, dang it. I hate when stupid YouTube. I'm like trying to read a comment and it jumps all the way to the bottom and I can't read it because it's paced to feel like a year has passed month to month, but also feels paced for the trade at the same time. It kind of does feel like it's paced for the trade because I think it feels that way because I'm reading it every other day and I'm not getting that feeling. Try to ponder on the idea of what I'm talking about. Like if you just read one of these issues, especially if you read it when they were coming out, I'm going to assume when these books were coming out, they were coming out around the holiday that they feature in that book, right? So when like Labor Day, like the Labor Day issue came out on the month around Labor Day. So you would get to feel, you would have a better sense as a reader of the time passing and the feeling of that time passing than we are here where it's only every 2 days. And it feels like it's stretched out because we're not getting that aspect of it. So I think it's like either better to read, if you read it month to month in real time as it was being released, I think it's a hypothesis I have that it works that way. We didn't get to experience it that way. So the other way would be to just plow through it as a trade paperback. But I do think I would have liked to experience it that way. And I'm guessing that's why a lot of people were really wowed by this book when it came out. Eric says, I fell asleep during insomnia. I don't know if he's being serious or not. He probably is, though, because he doesn't like movies. Not good ones, at least. I'm up. I got my bowl out. Oh, boy. Someone's smoking up. This isn't the Joe Rogan podcast, so we don't smoke on this end. Ed says, they spit in his beer and he drank it. What the hell are you guys talking about? I can't even follow. Eric says, why does it say stream is starting soon? I don't know what you're talking about, Eric. I think you're getting senile. Do not rewind, anyone. Ed Brewer says, everyone in the bar and Memento. Oh, yeah. Good call. I'm old. My brain does not remember things like it used to. It really sucks. Although it does make it cool for seeing movies and things like that and rereading books, because I'm like, oh yeah, this is what I get to watch stuff for the first time again. Jimmy says you need to watch Hellstrom. It's absolutely badass. I could have predicted without even seeing it that Jimmy was going to say that. I saw all 3 of the Hellboy films, says Dragon Ball Talk. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed them. Ed says, I missed your stream live, Jimmy. I'm going to check it out after this. There's also 2 Hellboy anime movies. That's cool. I want to know why Jimmy's not getting the new Hellboy books. It's kind of weird to me. His favorite stuff, and I don't see it on his comic hauls. Comics. Jimmy says, I'd stream with you, Ash. Yeah, but we argue too much. We fight. You fight too much. Let's see. Dragon Ball says, just a book on the table. Wait, just film a book on the table and talk, Ash. Well, I would need to go buy a camera to do that. And why would I do a book on the table when I could just have a digital? Doesn't make any sense. The digital, you can zoom in. You can do panel by panel if you want. Doing a camera of the book. RDB says, I was talking about daylight savings time. I'm going to skip ahead to beat winter. All right. I don't know if it works that way. You're supposed to fall back, right? This whole thing, like in fall, you go back, not ahead. Eric says, anyone want to stream? I don't know why Eric insists on being a jerk to me. I'm a good friend to him. I'm a nice guy. Let's see. Eric says, where's Ash Wednesdays? When I have something to talk about. So I didn't have anything to talk about this week. Jimmy says, no, we used to fight a lot. Are you fighting with me right now? Is that what you're doing? You're fighting? I'm a little tired. I feel a little bit I'm trying to like keep like that chipper, like a nice happy attitude. It's tough. It's like it's midnight. I went to bed at like daylight. It was like daylight outside when I went to bed today, and then I had to go work. And so I've just been like on fumes, just like a zombie, which is I guess in theme for October to go around in zombies mode, but it's tough. And I know when you're doing like a show like this, I try to be conscious about having, a more positive, upbeat attitude, because no one wants to listen to some sour dude just be like, yeah. Just brings everyone down. And then I lose subscribers, which is why I constantly stay at 700, because I'll like get couple subscribers and then I'll lose a couple. And so I just don't move. But what I need to do is start making videos again. But I just got things going on in my life, and it's just, I don't want to talk about it here. Let's see. Ash Flay at the In-N-Out. Give us anything. Well, we could do a stream together or a video together. Ronnie says, being tired plus having wine doesn't help, Ash. That's true. Although that doesn't really affect me in that way. Like I'm not one of those people that just, if I drink a lot, maybe that would. But what will affect me is in the morning, because I don't get as restful of sleep when I drink. But fortunately, tomorrow is not a day I have to get up, so I can just sleep in. Plus, I just have one glass of wine. Artie says, I tried to do that the other night, and you were busy. I was not busy. I was around for 4 hours. And no one could get their ass around to say, hey, when are we going to stream? So eventually it got to the point where I couldn't do it at a time where Eric wasn't. Eric had to go to bed or something, so, which is weird because every other time he'll stay up all night. That's all I really got tonight. It's 11:50. I think we'll cut this early. I'm feeling kind of salty, and I don't want to take it out on the stream and just be talking like some asshole. That's really not my goal. I hope you guys are enjoying the books. I'm really looking forward to the next one. It's a big finale of both these books. So I'm curious to see how long Halloween's going to end. And I'm really curious about the 30 Days of Night. I don't know why. I thought this was going to be a book I didn't care about one bit. So Eric is playing the victim like he does. So you guys, I'm ready. I'm ready to stream. You guys want to do a stream after this? Want to do it, Eric? I don't think so. It's 3 a.m. in upstate New York, says Dragon. That's right. Dragon's got balls. He doesn't complain. I never see Dragon complain. So you guys should be more like Dragon. I'm reading good books. I hope you'll come back for Sunday for this finale. Leave comments. Tell me what you're buying. You guys hit me up on Twitter, Ash1138. I have the Discord channels in the comments. And Jimmy's got a stream apparently that he just did. So you can watch that in the replay. I think it's got your favorite boys, RDV and and Vankman and Breen are in it. And Jimmy, they all stream together every what is it, Jimmy? Tuesday? No, Thursday. Today's Thursday. I think it's 6:30 Western Pacific time. I don't remember where their stream is, but you can find it. Go watch it. Every week they feature a book and they read it and talk about it, I guess. I'm going to go and maybe I should just go get blasted drunk. That'd be fun. No, not really. I'd pay for it. Have a good night, folks.